The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Media Mash, a roundtable of Cowboys insiders dropping wisdom and offering sizzling takes on the current state of your Dallas Cowboys. Now, your host, Newy Scruggs.
All right, everybody, it's the Media Mash here on a Thursday going into a Monday night football game where the 2-5 Arizona Cardinals come to Jerry World against the Cowboys, who are 3-4-1, and the Cardinals have beaten the Cowboys the last three meetings. The last Cowboy win was 2017 when Dallas won at Arizona 28-17. That would be Dak Prescott's second year in the National.
I thought it was Kyler World over there.
Yeah. I mean, he's 9-0. 9-0, and in the Cardinals media guide, they've got all the wins listed of Kyler.
From high school to college to pro.
I was at 8 of those 9.
Wow.
I've been at 8 of those 9 games.
You better stay home on Monday night.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
No, that loss is happening.
Yeah, I think so too.
You want to be there for it.
Yeah, I may as well, right? I've come this far.
I mean, paper might want you. Fort Worth Star-Telegram might want Nick Harris to be there. By the way, it's Ed Werder. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Media Mash here. So I'm trying to figure out. So he won with Allen 4 times?
I can run through it. You want me to run through it?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
His sophomore year of high school beat Houston Lamar in a state championship. His junior year, he beat Pearland High School in a state championship. His senior year, he beat DeSoto in the playoffs, Keller Central in the playoffs, and Cypress Ranch in the state championship. And then at Texas A&M, he technically won that game. He played in it, did not start though when they played Arkansas. Then he played he played Texas in the Big 12 championship when he was a junior at Oklahoma. And then he has beaten them twice since being in the NFL.
But Dak missed one of those games, as he pointed out.
He made sure to point out he missed one of those games.
I got to admit, that was pretty funny. I was hurt. I was hurt. So
I'm exonerated.
Guys, hey man, guys trying to protect themselves, man. No, don't put that on me. He's 1-0.
You beat me once.
Right, 1-0, not 2-0. So I get that 100%. Jonathan Gannon was asked today if he's preparing for Kyler Murray to start. He said, yeah. That was his quote. Yeah. So Kyler Murray's going to come in here and play. My concern is coming off a foot injury. What can he do?
Can I say that I think Jacoby Brissett may have been the scarier matchup for the Cowboys this week than
with the way he's
Kyler
throwing the
Murray?
ball?
With the way that he was playing these last couple of weeks, or the last couple of games that he did play, I think Kyler's the better matchup for the Cowboys right now with the foot injury and being able to be limited with his mobility. And since coming off that ACL a couple of years ago, that has not been the same Kyler Murray. So, I think the Cowboys are going to get a version of Kyler Murray that they haven't seen.
Jacoby Brissett had 275 yards passing in each of his 2 starts. Kyler Murray has not had more than 220 yards passing in a single game. So if you're looking for a quarterback to throw against you, you'd rather have Murray. If you want somebody to be running against you, if you're Dallas, you'd rather be facing Brissett.
And with McBride, the tight end, Brissett was finding him. He started to gain some momentum.
Well, it says everything about Kyler Murray, a number 1 overall pick, and supposedly they're building a franchise around him, and the fans there are reluctant to have him come back. They'd rather have Jacoby Brissett continue as a starter because he does introduce the element of the passing game.
What I found interesting, when I used to do my NBC Sports Radio show, I had a line that I always use. It's interesting on who we choose to forgive and who we choose to condemn. Fans do not forgive Dak Prescott for his contract. Oh, he's making $60 million. I mean, it brings all the time. Fans want to hang that thing on Dak. One point in time when Dak was signed to become the highest paid player, Kyler Murray passed him. And we forget that Kyler Murray's sitting here with a big contract.
Yeah.
People forget that about it. It's almost like it never happened for him.
And what I remember about that contract is the provisions that were put in there requiring him.
The Call of Duty clause?
Yeah. Requiring his compliance with spending a certain number of hours on the game plan every week.
Will you study? Will you actually open the iPad? And so, by the way, you can track those things. That's what some people don't get. Like, yes, it's a team-issued iPad, so they've got these things that they put in, these settings in here, so they know when you're on it.
Right.
It's wild. I'm teaching a class now at ACU, and I can go in here and look and see when a student is logged on. And when they've actually been in there to do their work. So
thank goodness they didn't have that when I was in college.
I'd still be in college if they had it.
Yeah, thank goodness.
A lot of us. Well, I mean, to me, the only kind of key thing is show. Okay, they actually did see that. Here is the assignment. You saw. You did open it up and see it. Whether you completed it or not, it's a whole different thing. But you did open it. You did see it, and then it also tells you when they put in the work because it's an online class, and so you can get hit with late penalties. So, like, when did you turn it in, all that kind of stuff.
To the point you guys were discussing about Kyler Murray and what he's capable of in terms of being a runner. Obviously, when he's healthy, he's one of the most dynamic running quarterbacks in all of football. I think he's he might be faster than Lamar Jackson even, and that's saying something. But they might catch a break here just like they did with Jaden Daniels, right? Coming back from an injury. There weren't a lot of zone reads, if any. I mean, you look at Murray's numbers, and he still leads the team in rushing yards. Even though he's missed 2 games, he's their leading rusher with 173 yards. They've had no running game since James Conner went out.
And that was the thing, with Conner getting hurt right there, they've had nothing. And then you got Amari DiCromado, who almost ran a touchdown in until he dropped the ball at the 1-yard line,
and almost got the coach fired, or the coach almost got himself fired. However you want to look at that.
Yeah. So it's tough, but I'm looking at that myself, saying, okay, hey, look. This is a game that not only you have to win, it's set up for you to win. Almost like with Washington, when you're down 3 passing targets and you got an injured quarterback, okay, it's setting up for you pretty good. And we know the Cowboys can't beat a good team. Okay, they're just not built to beat a good team.
They can't win on the road.
But they can throw 40 at home. They can put up 40 points at home and beat a bad team. Here come the Arizona Cardinals. This is the gift.
That's what this is.
This is the gift. Take the gift. Please take the gift. No red zone, pre-snap penalties will help, stuff like that.
I will say, I think, watching more of the Arizona Cardinals this week, I feel like there's a good team beneath the surface there that's dealing with a lot of injuries and dealing with things that have been out of their control. Those 5 losses, all of them have been by 4 points.
Yeah, 2 walk-offs on field goals. But you go back like that Tennessee game.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't lose Tennessee.
That and then how they lost it, playing kick around the ball. Yeah. There's a lot of just bad moves that they made in there. But this is also at what bad teams do.
Correct.
You can't close the show. Yep. And you don't win. And for the Cowboys, look at the fact that they can't beat a team with a winning record. Go back to the Philadelphia game. You had the ball with the opportunity to go down the field and win the game, and then you can't do it. You're out here shooting yourselves in the foot, getting inside the red zone, pre-snap penalties, fumbling inside the red zone. I mean, just things that get you beat. That's what they did. Even the Packer game. Here it is. You got a good team right here on the road. Dak's ready to run in, but Jake Ferguson's block against Micah Parsons. Is it adequate enough? And he tackles Dak, and he doesn't get in the end zone. The game ends in a tie. So this is how you get to be 3-4-1 and 2-5.
To score 40 points in all your games at home and not win them all says everything about this team.
Yeah. But, as Jerry said, talking about the defense, it's not as bad as it looks, Ed.
Is that so?
Not as bad.
It depends on your definition of bad, I think.
Hey,
They gave up 40 points and 400 yards. It's only the second time since 2018 Denver's done that. So they've done it once post-Peyton Manning until they did it to you the other day.
You're selling a $100 parking. You're going to tell everybody it don't look as bad as it look either. I'm selling $9 market, and I'm getting it, okay? Getting it, too. So, yeah. It is what it is, but this is a game that I think that they have to get. And
this one and the Raiders, like there's 4 winnable games still on their schedule. If they can win the 4 winnable games and 1 or 2 of the others, then they got a shot at the playoffs.
This is the winning streak that they have to have.
2 in a row.
Yeah, you're in second place, and then we see, we just saw Mariota had another performance that was just bad. And so who knows when Daniels was able to come back and play at the level that we thought.
And Washington's already lost more games than they lost all last year.
Right. So, I mean, if you're the Cowboys.
But they can't catch Philly unless something catastrophic happens, which did 2 years ago at the end of the year.
And I was never counting on it. But I was, my thought process, if your hope was always going to be a wild card. If I didn't make them a playoff team. I didn't pick them to be a playoff team. But if you did, it was never going to be them winning the division. It's always going to have to be some kind of wild card thing and get lucky. And Lord knows once they traded Micah Parsons.
Shooting somehow they are only a game and a half out of the wild card right now. Crazy to think about, considering some of these games that they have let slip through their cracks through these first 8 weeks.
Green Bay and Carolina, those are 2 right there. If they win those 2, we're talking about a whole different thing, a whole different type of feeling around here.
But they could have also just as easily lost to the Giants too, so as they did win. And they have beaten nobody. Their 3 wins against nobody.
2 New York teams Yeah, 2 New York teams and
Washington.
And then you had an injury depleted Washington.
Right.
Everybody you've beaten's got a losing record.
Yeah.
But Ed, even when they were making the playoffs,
They still count the same.
well, even when they were making the playoffs under Mike McCarthy, you'd look and you say, well, how many of these teams are good?
Yeah.
Or the teams
This has been their identity for a long time.
exactly.
That 23-year, the most signature win I think you could point to. Goodness,
The division.
the Detroit game, on that Saturday night. Other than that, there were not many that year.
When Dan Campbell decided to make it hard.
Exactly.
Dan, you can do this the easy way or the
Stubborn
hard
Dan,
way. And
stubborn Dan.
decided to go make it hard. So, yes. All right, let's get a break in here. When we come back, Dak Prescott said something pretty interesting, and the trade deadline is coming up here. We'll talk about that next with Nick and Ed. I'm Newey. This is the Media Mash.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Look, school is starting and I'm just a kid. And let's be honest, I'm not going to shop for myself. But we can get up to 40% off back-to-school essentials on Uber Eats. Did I mention I need poster board for my science fair, lunch for my field trip, and unlined note cards for my history quiz tomorrow? Or were they lined? Anyway, Uber Eats has all the back-to-school stuff on there. So come on, let's order now on Uber Eats and get up to 40% off. We're cool, right? Cool.
Not literally everything. Promotion ends 9/16 and is subject to change or cancellation. Exclusions may apply. Check app for availability.
Back to Media Mash.
Tostitos team bags are back. You can get the official chip of the Dallas Cowboys, your local store, available for a limited time. Scan the QR code or visit FritoLayExperiences.com for a chance to visit and win epic experiences all season long. One lucky Cowboy fan will win a epic game day experience and get to be a part of the Cowboys Thanksgiving Day traditions, courtesy of Tostitos. Producer Chris Bean, do we know who the halftime show is going to be yet for Thanksgiving? Who's the country act?
Chris Beam isn't back there. That's
That's right. Chris is back. That's right. Yeah, I forgot Chris. Okay, we're not sure.
Hey,
but it's
I heard it's gonna be fun.
Uh-oh.
It's a country act.
You could say
Taylor Swift?
no.
Oh, Big X the plug.
I would love that. I'd go down to the field level.
Do you know who Big
No.
X the plug is? Okay,
He's a Dallas legend.
he is.
Post Malone, I know who that is.
Yeah, it's another Dallas legend.
So Ed, if it's Big X the plug, we're gonna need you. We're gonna need you to get down there, man. Big X the plug would be great. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. He's got a little, got some little country samples he can throw out there,
Yep.
man. It would work. It would work. So, my joke when Joe Trahan used to be the PR guy here is Joe also did a lot of the stuff for AT&T Stadium, so he put out all the press releases, and there's always like a country concert that comes out. When is Jerry going to host the Source Awards? He does
Host the what?
The Source Awards.
I don't know what those are.
That's the rap awards.
Oh, okay.
Remember when? I keep forgetting. Man.
I'm sorry.
You're a youngin'.
I'm sorry.
The one time Suge Knight got up there and made fun of Puffy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was that. Okay.
There you go. There you go. This is not you two aren't the one. Okay, we'll talk to football. You guys aren't with me
I'm
on
just
this.
young.
No,
I'm just young.
you guys aren't with me on it. Okay, Dak Prescott smoked to
Smooth.
Dak smoked to the media
Isn't it
today.
tough to feel alienated when you don't have your boy Jock? It's making me feel young all the time.
Times I miss Clarence. Too bad Clarence couldn't act right.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yes. R.I.P. Clarence.
What does that mean?
Pour one out.
I'm joking.
So Dak got close to saying, Jerry, we need help.
Yeah.
Today, Ed. He got close.
For a guy who in the locker room in Denver was talking about, while the roster's okay, he trusts these guys and wants them to perform at a level that shuts everybody up, all their critics. And he did say that again today.
Before he watched the film. Right?
But he also indicated, from my point of view, listening to him, that because he spoke about it several times, that he is hoping the Cowboys make a move at the trade deadline. On the defensive side of the ball, which he acknowledged, hey, Amari Cooper made a huge difference in 2018 for a first-round pick, but it's easier to identify the impact an offensive player can have compared to bringing in a defensive player. But he does seem to be very hopeful that they're going to make a move that brings a player here. Did you think that?
That's what I felt that he was saying, Jerry, we need help. Jerry, help. Yeah. That was, to me, that was the message just immediate. Jerry, help.
Yeah, I mean, this is the season he's having right now. He has every reason to get up there and ask for help if he needs to. You know, Jerry has made his contract value very a pointed note in a lot of interviews, whether it be radio interviews or outside of the locker room after games. He always throws around, well, we're paying the richest player more than anybody in the NFL, blah, blah. He needs to clap back with, well, hey, the richest player still needs help too. So that would be my point to Dak.
Got a lot of rich players in Detroit.
They do. They sure do.
You know, Peyton Manning was rich many times in his career, and they still found talent to put around him. That's the job of management, and nobody put a gun in Jerry's head to give him the contract. So nobody did that. Yeah. But
Todd France kind of did. But Jerry gave him the gun.
You know, when you could have gotten him several different times.
Well, it's like when you look at the numbers for pass rushers right now, right? A year ago when we were talking to Micah and he wanted
30.
to get his deal, 34. Bosa with 34.
30. Right.
Now Bosa's like 8th or something like that.
That's crazy.
Right. So that's where
That's what happens. And you know that's what's going to happen.
And that's the thing I don't understand for somebody who is one of the great sports business people of all time, Gerald Wayne.
Why he's
Jones.
in the Hall of Fame.
Right, Gerald Wayne Jones. And you can't get this part on point. That's surprising to me. It's very surprising to me. But I think that Dak Prescott knows that at this point in time, the offense has to be darn near perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, darn near perfect. And still it may not be enough like Green Bay.
You can't punt.
40.
I actually think Brian Schottenheimer's got to get to the point where, like a lot of these, like the trend in the NFL right now is coaches are going for it on fourth down like 32% of the time. In all situations, 32% of the time, they don't punt. Number goes up once they're, in plus territory, they're on the opponent side of the field. But like on 4th and 6 last week in Denver, I don't think it was a glaring strategic blunder, but can you really afford to punt there?
Yeah.
And in a 10-point game becomes a 20-point game real fast.
4th and 1 in the first half. There was another opportunity there that they have gone for at previous times this season, and they decided not to in that situation.
So it'll be interesting this week because Cooper Beebe will be back at center. And so essentially you're going to get your line back for the first time in forever. So maybe if they get Cooper Beebe back, able to run the football a little bit more, and if you have a 4th and 6 with the weapons that they've got, and if they're running the ball and what Javonte Williams can bring out there, then you're good. But I think that if you're Dak Prescott, you're just really frustrated. If I'm not perfect,
Well, don't you think the interception to Ferguson was him forcing the ball, trying to make a play,
like he did in Denver
to get points?
Time.
Yeah,
That's what the last time they were in Denver.
He doesn't want to play that way.
No.
It's not his instinct to play that way. He's not reckless with the ball. But sometimes you got no composition of your team makes you desperate.
Yeah, you got no faith in the other guys, or you even go back to the Carolina game. We better get it done. I don't get the ball back.
Yeah.
So that was another.
That was the worst offensive series of the year.
Yeah, but they've got. And I asked Dak Prescott about the pre-snap penalty. They got to stop doing that. They're second in the league. Just looking right here, penalties committed. They are second most. They're number 2 in the NFL. 67.
67.
Penalty.
Denver's got 68.
Penalty yards, they're the third. They got the third most, 555 yards, man. That's a lot. That's a lot of penalty yardage, man.
Second most through 8 games in franchise history after the 1987 team had 5. Amazing. Including decline penalties, the Cowboys have been flagged 30 times for false start or holding on offense. That's tied for the most in the NFL with the Commanders.
I thought that would get cleaned up after.
Right. That seemed a McCarthy flaw.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes, and Schottenheimer, he was here. It's like you saw it.
Yeah.
You saw it. And it hasn't been cleaned up. That's why I wanted to ask Dak Prescott, because at some point in time, this has to become really the players.
It's a focus issue.
The players have to police each other. Hey, Nick, be on side, man.
Yeah.
Just that kind of thing. Or, okay, if Guyton has an issue at times, somebody look over there and help him out. But they've got to do something, because you go back to the Denver game. All right, you get the pick. Now you go right down the field. You got the ball at the 1. Next thing you know, you're at the 6, and you're kicking a field goal. They're not good enough, especially to go on the road against a good team and get settled for 3 when they need 7.
And I think they're in all of their 5 previous takeaways, they scored touchdowns. That was the first time in 6 games
that one was
settled for a field goal.
And it was kind of funny. I know people who were watching the game, they got a pick right. Hey, it might be their day to go down the field. And when they kicked the field goal, I was like, nope, because Nate always told me, when you're kicking field goals, you're asking to get beat. You have to score touchdowns. And so if you get the ball, you force a turnover.
Didn't even force it. It was just a guy just threw it right to your guy.
Right to him.
Ed, right now we're gonna say force.
Force. Okay. He was under incredible pressure
with this defense. Yes, Ed, we're gonna give him that. Okay. So
I have a nickname for him, by the way, when you're done with this point.
Bridges.
Yeah, dude. Go ahead. Though.
No, I want to hear this.
So his name is Triquez Bridges, right? A try called Quez. See, I'm not too young for that, right?
We'll be right back. Right.
Maybe not.
On the
we might call it a day.
Ed, Nick.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I don't care what.
Be right back.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. That, along with all our other favorite Tyson Foods products, sure make game day special. Score some delicious Tyson Cowboys Nuggets and become a game day star, just like our Cowboys. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Look, school is starting and I'm just a kid. And let's be honest, I'm not going to shop for myself. But we can get up to 40% off back-to-school essentials on Uber Eats. Did I mention I need poster board for my science fair, lunch for my field trip, and unlined note cards for my history quiz tomorrow? Or were they lined? Anyway, Uber Eats has all the back-to-school stuff on there. So come on, let's order now on Uber Eats and get up to 40% off. We're cool, right? Cool.
Not literally everything. Promotion ends 9/16 and is subject to change or cancellation. Exclusions may apply. Check app for availability.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Back to Media Mash.
Cowboy Nation, limited single tickets are available now. Get ready, bring your noise, and you get to watch the Cowboys live at AT&T Stadium when they host NFC East rivals, the Eagles, plus the Chiefs, Chargers, Vikings, and on Monday night, the Cardinals. Visit DallasCowboys.com/tickets or SeatGeek.com, the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. So, Ed, George Pickens spoke today, and I asked him, have you had an opportunity to get around DFW? Basically, have you had the chance to see the area? Do you like it?
Are you planning to stay?
Well,
Have you found a place you'd like to live the rest of your life? Spend your career here playing for the Cowboys.
So Javonte
sign a below market value contract.
Say all that. I don't think his agent's doing that.
Be on the Players Lounge with
Who's his agent?
Some guy that Jerry might know his name.
Be on the Players Lounge with Newey when he's done playing.
I don't know about that either. We've recruited any player who's been. Barry Church is the only player who's got a bag, who's ever received an NFL bag that's done this show. Everybody else, man. Everybody else is.
They're doing it because they didn't get a bag.
We're all getting NFL bags now.
Yeah. So, lost my point.
Pickens.
Oh, Pickens. But just the ability to. Do you like the area? So some people like. I remember Lyle Collins. He told me, he said, I'm never leaving here.
Yeah.
He said, even if I'm not playing, he said, I'm going to live here. I like it here. And we've all covered plenty of guys who've come from different places who make their home right here in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Javonte Williams said he wanted to be here.
And that was the next thing to say. He loves horses. Had horses back in North Carolina. Like, I want to be down here. So that's what I was trying to kind of get with Pickens to see, engage. Did you find something here that you like that says, you know what, man, yeah, I really want to be here. But he said no. He just basically stayed in Frisco. So, okay. But I at least wanted to kind of dig right there because that matters to some people.
And maybe because he always has leverage on his mind, and he doesn't want to sacrifice any of it. He was even sort of non-committal about does he want to play here beyond this season or what does he expect is going to happen at the trade deadline, having just been traded here himself once before. I mean, he was like, yeah, that'd be okay or whatever. He's not like, yeah, I'm going to do whatever I can within reason to stay here. I love being a complimentary piece to CeeDee Lamb. I love the relationship I have with Dak. I'm sold on the offense. He doesn't say any of those things.
You wonder how much coaching he's had too from
David Mugaletti, doggone right, and CeeDee, and CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons, other people who've been there. Because I asked CeeDee, what advice do you give him here about how to deal with Jerry?
Keep it positive.
Yes, very smart. But look, the guy is showing you he is an elite player, and he
fits.
He fits, and I just don't see how they can do anything other than pay him. I don't. It just makes
it's been a win. The trade's been a win for the Cowboys in ways probably they didn't even imagine. No. But it's less of a win if he only plays 1 year here and you gave up 2 draft picks to get him.
True. And arm to me, and I think about, okay, you got four number 1 picks the next 2 years. This gives you the ability to go get the defensive help and get it at a cost-efficient level and pay a guy like Pickens. Trayvon Diggs is not going to be here, so there's some money here, but you've got to go start working the cap, figuring it out. What do you push down the road for Dak Prescott? But you've got to get the player. The player, you're not going to go out and make a trade and get another player like George Pickens here for 3, like they got 3 and 5. You're just not. The guy's really, he fits.
Amari Cooper cost you 1. Pickens is a more dynamic player than he is. And he had a profound impact on your offense.
From 3 and 5 to the playoffs. So yes, yeah,
division title.
Yeah.
So my thing has been keep the picks and use them to build your defense the next 2 years in the offseason.
Agreed.
And spend your cap space on Javonte Williams and George Pickens and whatever else you need to get.
And acquire more draft picks by trading some of these other expiring contracts you have.
And your kicker.
Yeah, and the kicker. Of course, you got to keep the kicker.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm with that all. Look, okay, we've given them the plan. We're giving them the blueprint right here on Media Mash. Okay, we've done that. But you've got to keep Pickens. He just fits in so many ways. From the position, and he's just not a dude just playing one. He's playing all over the place out there. Your number 1 receiver has no jealousy or animosity towards him, so there's no A.J. Brown situation going on.
And he doesn't seem to have any towards CD.
Right, so
they're a great relationship.
They're getting along. He gets along with the quarterback just fine right here. He seems to be very good in the locker room, and the guys like him.
And he's not front running because you're not winning.
This is who you would pay, in my mind. This is who you pay. You pay people like this. Yeah. That's what you pay for. So, but that's just me and my 2 cents. It's not my money, but I'll be more than happy.
2 cents ain't going to get it done, Louis.
Nor should it. Nor should this. He's been better than I thought. I don't know about you guys, what you guys thought was it. He's been better than I thought.
I thought it was a huge risk to put him in this locker room with a first-time head coach, but he's had no issues whatsoever through half the season. So
yeah, through half.
But even on the field, there haven't been a lot of penalties. All the extraneous stuff that used to happen that would result in him getting flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct. We haven't even seen that. He had a bad block and got called for that. And was that the Philly game?
Yeah, Philly
right before the fumble. Right before the fumble.
Yeah, it was Philly.
So he's been a good citizen, but yes,
he's going to help you achieve your goals.
Take the picks and go to work, and your free agent money after Pickens, but you've got to go fix the defense. And whether Eberflus is back, and I think he will be, if he's back, then give the guy the tools he needs. Help him out. Nick and I already talked about it. The Green Bay pick. If the Green Bay pick ends up where we think it will be, not possible. I got Green Bay in the Super Bowl. If it ends up in the 30s, go ahead and trade down. Find somebody who wants to come up in the first round and
get a quarterback.
Exactly. And start.
Overpay.
Right. Start acquiring more picks.
Like what did the Giants give up to move up to get Dart at late in the first round?
Falcons also got back in there.
Falcons got back up. And you know what? One of the most notable ones we've seen here in the last decade, when Ozzie Newsome in his final draft goes back up and he gets Lamar Jackson at the end of the first round. So there'll be some team that wants to get a quarterback, or they're in love with one particular type of player that the head coach is banging the drum for. They're, okay, fine, we'll go get him and get 5 years of the player. The Cowboys are going to have that ability, but go ahead and
Jackson Dart.
Yeah. They traded the number 34
one.
pick.
Yeah, for second number 1.
So they traded a 2, a 3, and another 3 for next year.
Can't beat that.
So you got
to move
three
up
guys
9
who should be
spots.
starters.
Yeah, to move
for a
up
quarterback
9
you
spots.
don't need, theoretically. Here.
Wow.
Giants need him.
Look, it's there for Jerry. So I don't know what they can do with this. Plus, if you have to make a move at this year's trade down, you're already out of a 3 now. So if you make some kind of move like they've done here recently, where they don't care about the 4th round pick, so you could be about a 3 and a 4. So who knows? And then I don't know what they may get compensation wise. Nick, do you?
Here's another one. James Pierce last year, the Falcons traded up to the 26th spot, got a 2nd and a 7th last year, and this year's first-round picks.
Yeah. Remember that? Everybody was like, what are they doing?
What are they doing?
I mean, between that and the Penix deal, people are wondering about what the Falcons doing. So, hey, that's who you calling? I mean, literally. Like, Bob, you remember when Bobby, you're too young, when Bobby Beathard wouldn't keep the number 1 pick. There'd be somebody in the 2nd round that Bobby fell in love with and gave up.
We got a first-round grade on this guy. We got to get him.
Right. So that's what you do if you're Jerry. Fine. Who's going to give me this?
Yeah.
Or who is one particular team in love with, and see what you can do here. But they have the ability to
build the supporting cast on the defensive side of the ball that they're lacking right now.
Right. You can't save it this year, but you can fix it next year. They did it with Dan Quinn, so you can do it again.
Yeah.
They did it with Dan Quinn and Micah Parsons.
That was a part of it. That was definitely a part of it. So, yeah.
Over the last 6 years, those are the only 3 years they had an exceptional defense. And while it failed in the postseason, it was damn good in the regular season.
And you know what? I give Will McClay and everyone credit, because they don't. Not only did they get Micah Parsons, they traded down and picked up a 3 to go get Micah Parsons. And I saw the Penn State game at Memphis. Was like, it's Memphis. But hey,
and they let Dan Quinn be a big part of that draft process. You know, he went on all the trips, campus visits, workouts.
Yeah, which is, sometimes
which I think
good.
I think Eberflus did some of that this year.
Yeah, some of that's good. He also wanted Fehoko and Sam Williams. So, it's a gift and curse. It's like Rod Marinelli. Hey, Rod. TJ, the Watt kid. Yeah, he didn't fit the scheme. Let's do Taco. Tristan Hill. Yeah, I'm going to sign a contract with Tristan. So sometimes these coaches can, Bill Parcells. People all forget. Bill Parcells, the last guy he wanted, Bobby Carpenter.
How about Bill Parcells wanted Marcus Spears over DeMarcus Ware?
Wanted that. And I remember when he took Al Johnson as a center in round 2. Well, he didn't want Newman. So they take Newman and they let him do second round pick. And so then he took Al Johnson. And the crazy thing about Al Johnson, he gets hurt right out of the gate in San Antonio. And then Andre Gerard goes from guard to center and has
a great career.
Right, has an excellent career. And the thing was, all you had to do was go back to Colorado when they won the Big 12 championship. They had moved Andre from guard to center. And he was All-American guard, but they put him at center and it took off. Like, this dude knows how to play. But, yeah. Bill did a lot of stuff. Bill shopping for your
Everyone's
groceries.
got their wins and losses.
Bill shopping for your groceries ain't as good as people think it is. The perception versus the reality is very different. Oh, I want Cedric Jones. I don't want Terry.
I like Bill motivating and coaching my players and getting them ready all week long, though, and holding them accountable.
The great Gil Brandt said, you don't want him drafted. You don't want him drafted. You want him coaching him, not drafting him. All right, that's the show for today. Nick Harris, he's got to go right for Star Telegram. Ed Werder, check him out at Channel 8. I'm Newey Scruggs, check him out on Channel 5. And what's Media Mash? We'll be talking to you Tuesday, right after Monday Night Game. Tuesday, right here on Media Mash again. Later.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?